or generally speaking viewers. And we do that through advanced software technology and analytics techniques. So we got to know you based on what you do using interactive video.
How old is your company? When did you start?
We started in 2000. We are a company based in Milano.
Right. Italy?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a strange story because we were funded within the company accelerator of Polytechnic of Milan. So a group of engineers that grew as a company. So we started as data geeks, data engineers. Today you would call us like a big data company or experts in machine learning.
Right.
And we evolved the technology to work on media.
So you've been around for 15 years.
15 years.
So you've had some successful clients already. So
yeah, we did. We morphed, of course, the business model as most companies do for a while. What we do today, we started a few years ago in 2007. We did the first deployment in the early days of IP television.
Right.
And nowadays, I mean, the big opportunity for us is in the over-the-top world because Netflix, Amazon.
You do some work
Hulu.
here in North America. So.
Yeah, we do. We have a couple of big customers in North America. We, of course, we are European. We started with the European market. Then we went to South America. We did a few big deployments in Brazil, Argentina, then APAC, and last, United States.
Talk about personalization. That's a very interesting concept in what you do. I think the product that you launched.
See, the idea is very simple. When you have IP video, you don't have the limits of the traditional TV. Channel surf. So you have much more freedom, option. You have large libraries, you have catch-up. You can access hundreds of channels or tens of thousands of titles. With such power and possibility comes also an issue because your time is limited. Your attention span is limited. The real estate on the screens of multi-screens deployments is limited. So we want to help your experience adapt your tastes and habits to make it more fun and convenient and simple. When you go to Netflix, you don't want to browse for 15 minutes to find a movie. So our mission is, I want to give you something as shortly as possible. And
so it's easier to access from the end user perspective.
So we
find what you want.
Exactly. So we adapt to what you typically do. My favorite example, I'm European, so Wednesday night is Champions League night. I am a Juventus fan. If it's on, I want it as the first choice. We adapt to your past habits. If you watch movies or TV series, I want to understand your tastes. Are you into crime, drama, comedy, what? You like the Hollywood movies, European content, what? So, and we try to adapt to what you like and we try to understand this based on your past usage.
So that's advantages very clearly from the end user, the consumer. How is that advantageous to the service provider? It sounds like a lot more work and a lot more.
It's a lot more work, but there are real tangible benefits. And of course, it depends a lot on your business model. Let's take the easy examples. You are selling or renting or doing ESTs or selling movies and series. What we do increases the likelihood that you purchase something. Because when you are in front of a shop, of course, if you find something it's tailored for you, the possibility or likelihood you buy is higher. So we do the same thing. And so for TVOD, for example, we increase the revenues for some of our customers of relevant percentages, up to 30%. For SVOD, for example, subscription-based services, we help a lot leverage the content base. So instead of having the users focusing on the 30-40% of the popular content, we widen much the coverage of the catalog. So you pay for content and you leveraged it. And this can be measured. And the results of using the machines is not just to engage the user, it's also to create tangible business benefits for operators.
So who are your customers? Cable operators?
Cable, pay TV, of course, what we call the OTT aggregators of the new kind. Channels. And so everyone that is monetizing in some way IP video. So whenever there is a return channel, so I get to know what the user is doing, can be a target for.
But you specialize in that niche, the personalization. That's
we
your,
do.
Specialty.
But believe me, this is getting broader and broader because the examples I gave you are just some of a few of the possibilities that personalization allows to do today.
So what challenges have you found, in that, space, that personalization?
Oh, there's a learning curve. You know,
like anything else.
Yeah. I mean, we started in 2006, 2007. Right. The technology was there, the benefits were there, but there was no education of customers. There was no competition, and so it was very hard to sell.
Right.
Then what changed? Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, Google, Apple. They did a mass education of users and business operators.
Right.
And so nowadays, personalization is a hot topic.
Right.
Everyone has that in their roadmap. Right.
Right. Right. And especially, so, I guess the millennials are really.
Oh, the cord-nevers, we love them.
Right.
Because
cord cutters.
Yeah, the cord-nevers.
Oh, the cord-nevers.
My niece is a cord-never. She doesn't even know what TV is, right?
Right.
And so their expectation is directly to have something we can provide, right? As an experience.
Right. And do you think what's the future of that? How personal can it be?
I mean, I think it's going to be more and more pervasive. But when I say pervasive, we shouldn't think of something nasty or invasive, because personalization is subtle sometimes. You know, there are small tweaks in the experience that you perceive as good, nice, helpful, and that actually automations that are based on measuring what happens and optimizing KPIs. Right. And I think more and more you are going to see personalization in small things.
Right.
The example for Champions League is my favorite one, because it's not a big thing, understanding that every Wednesday you do that.
Right.
But it's a big effect on you in terms of quality of experience. So we're going to see a lot of micro optimizations in the experience. Right. My second expectations, now we work a lot on video, but digital media is going to be more and more integrated. Right. Music, video, catch-up, TVOD, linear, games, applications, news. When you have a digital experience, you are a customer, you are a person, you are a persona, you are a profile, and big groups serving you with multiple digital properties should use one profiling engine. And that's the vision looking forward.
Right.
We focus on video, but it's going to be much more.
Right. Let's talk about the bigger broadcast market. You know, you're part of that. So what are your impressions in that in the next 12 months or so?
I mean, in terms of what we do, the real business started a couple years ago. Before of that, it was just the early adopters. Now I think we are experiencing a steep increase in demand. I see in front of us 3-5 years where the personalization will be really embraced by the market. And I think we are still in the early days. And so what we see today is really the wave one of what personalization is going to do.
Right.
And there's a lot of things happening under the hood that you don't see. Operators gain data, and data are a gold mine. You can do a lot of things. You can better buy and procure content. You can make smarter editorial choices. You can tweak design. And a lot of things. So it's going to be more and more used, and at the center of what a digital operator can do.
Right. Well, I guess you've given us a pretty good overview. Is there anything else you want to add, Paolo?
No, I mean, that's pretty much what we do. I mean, we have a lot to work, and I'm very optimistic.
Well, very good. Paolo, thank you very much for joining us in this videocast.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And we have a few more interviews to go through this afternoon, so we look forward to having you in our next interview. This is Virgil Labrador reporting live from the NAB in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you. Thank you. Grazie.